What's up YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the new TFT screen that comes with the 24 CBR650R and the CB650R, get into some of the features, and also take a deeper look at Honda RoadSync. A lot of you have been requesting that. Remember to like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, comment down below what you think, and let's get into it. We're starting with the functions section. Here you can customize your shift point and change where the red line is supposed to appear. You can enable or disable the AAA auto reset. I think that's gonna just stay on for a lot of people. And you can also enable or disable the Honda ignition security system, which means the bike cannot be stolen and it recognizes the original key. Very useful, I will leave that on. Next up, we're looking at the display section. This is probably the one that you can customize the most. First of all, we're going to get into the customization of the speedometer itself. Here you can change the display from either a bar display to a circular display or a simple display, and they're going to look as follows. One thing to note about the circular display in particular, it actually changes its look when you have Honda RoadSync open. With the simple display, all you're getting is a number and no RPM gauge whatsoever. Next up, we're looking at the brightness menu. Not much to do here. You can customize it yourself or you can just leave it on auto. Next up is probably my favorite feature about the screen. You can change the background from either light mode to dark mode, or you can leave it on auto, which I prefer, which means when you're going in a tunnel or you're riding at night, it'll automatically change to night mode, and when it recognizes light in the surrounding, it'll change to light mode. Continuing on, we have pretty much the most convoluted part of the options menu, the favorite info and favorite switch menu. Here, you can customize everything that you would like to be displayed on the dash on the very start, right, when you're riding. Stuff like fuel efficiency, trip distance, average speed, stuff like that. All of that can be changed and rearranged and then accessed from the start screen very easily. I honestly doubt you're going to be using it much or customizing it a lot because you don't have that many things that can be shown, and all of the things can be accessed without having to rearrange anything anyway. As you can see, you can access everything from the front end very easily. Here you can also change the fuel display if you either want it displayed as a bar or if you want a range meter. I personally prefer the range display. I never really trust the bar. Coming up, we're looking at the general section of the options menu. Here you can change things like date and time. You can change the units if you prefer your bike in kilometers per hour or miles per hour. You can also change the fuel efficiency from kilometers per liters to miles per gallons. Very useful for a certain group of people, I think. Currently, the screen supports 9 different languages. You have German, English, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Russian, and Japanese. And the rest of the settings in this menu are just restoring the system to its default and resetting the Bluetooth pairing with your phone. In the final menu, we are looking at things like maintenance options. You can look at your periodic maintenance, your oil change, when that is supposed to happen, in how many kilometers, and what date specifically. You can look at your battery voltage, your water temperature, which I wish you could show up front, and you have specific warning labels for what's wrong with the bike. In the next menu, you can see what extra equipment you have installed. In my case, I have the quick shifter upgrade. That's why you can see a little green lamp, which means it's enabled. You can also get heated grips. If you install those, that will show enabled as well. Last but not least, we have system information. This just pretty much shows you the software version. I assume this is going to be useful for the dealership or the mechanic if there is a software update in the future, but I'm not really sure what any of this means. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up the main part of the video about the features of the screen. Let's get into the most requested feature the bike comes with, and that will be Honda RoadSync. Alright, so once you have hooked up your phone with the Honda RoadSync app, whether you're on iPhone or Android, you want to long press your button to the left, which brings up the Honda RoadSync module. Due to limitations with the street name callouts, my Honda RoadSync has to be in German because the street names here are German, so everything you see with the Honda RoadSync module will also be displayed in German. First of all, we're starting with the weather module. It just shows you the weather at your current area, and it also lets you read out a weather forecast. Next up is the music display. The features of it unfortunately are very limited, so what you can do is you can press play or you can skip a song. The good thing about this feature that I noticed is if you start your bike and you start riding and your phone is in your pocket or whatever and you didn't particularly load up any playlist, you can just hit the play button and it will start Apple Music for you with the last used playlist. And this is probably the most interesting feature about the new screen is the navigation integration with the Honda RoadSync module. You can do a couple of different things here. So you can either search by voice command, which by the way never works for me, I don't know why. You can use the history that you already, like the locations that you already visited before. You can set up a couple of favorites, or you can just manually navigate by typing in the address in the app itself, but you cannot type in addresses on the screen itself. So you always need to get your phone to do that. Here's what the turn-by-turn navigation is going to look like once you start navigating. It'll show you the directions, it'll show you if there is a roundabout, which unfortunately doesn't work that well with roundabouts at the moment. What I don't like about the navigation is, especially if you're using the circular RPM display, it cuts off part at the bottom of the screen. As you can see, it's already parting the fuel meter off and the range meter. Not sure why they did that. Maybe they'll update that in the future. That would be great. And the last thing you can do is change the overall volume of the Honda RoadSync integration. I did notice while using Apple Music and Honda RoadSync, the default volume will be very, very low, so you will not be able to reach your maximum volume. I don't know, it just decreases it by default. Not sure why they did that, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And that wraps up the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video if you liked it, comment down below, subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.